It's been raining all morning today, and just now it started to clear up a little bit. It stopped raining and we actually got some sunlight through, so I thought I might as well go out in nature and try and capture something. I'm now at the first place here, but I'm kind of stuck in the car a little bit. It's raining a bit too much for you, especially. The rain kind of comes and goes, so I'm just gonna wait it out. Okay, so the last time that I was here, I was just down here photographing, but right now it's a bit less water, so I'm gonna try to photograph a little bit further upstream. Just like one jump up, one small little waterfall up. I think that's gonna create more interest. This time I really want to get this, well, the tunnel that the water is coming through, and well, the car bridge and everything. I want to get that more into the picture, and well, I think it's actually going to turn out a lot better this time, because, well, we're going to have a lot more contrast between the green moss on the rock. It's kind of green yellowish, and the rocks themselves are really dark, almost towards a blacker tone. So I think it's going to be quite interesting, and I'm going to get to work now. It's going to be wide angle, most certainly. Use the foreground and perhaps a polarizer on it to get away some of the glare in the water. I think that could turn out pretty good, so let's get to work. There's a big dark cloud coming in right now, so it's gonna start to rain real soon, quite a lot of things, so I gotta hurry back to the car and toss you in there. But I think I found quite a good foreground, but I'm gonna have to come back to that soon. It's raining significantly more again. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna leave you in the car and then just go and grab the shot with my camera. Well, just so I can get the picture so that I can move on. Okay, so it's raining significantly less now. What I'm gonna try to do actually is to, well, try to use the other side of the stream, and hopefully I could get a bit more of the angle that I really wanted. So as you can see behind me here, I'm just taking the well, tripod and the camera with me. Bit more mobile, I can move a bit quicker, and this is also the most weather resistant of the gear, so I should be fine. This side really isn't the definite composition that I was looking for, so I'm gonna have to walk over to the other side, but I still managed to grab a few interesting pictures here, I think, and well, it's just really interesting. So many possibilities to photograph when the waterfall is kind of longer, so there's many small waterfalls in the stream, so it really gets to be a lot of things that are possible compositions, and one could stay at a place like this for hours, really. So I'm on the other side now, well, the side that I really wanted to be on, and I managed to find this little rock that I'm standing on, kind of in the middle of the stream, which is just perfect. The sun came for from behind the clouds, and I have to wait for it to, well, go behind some dark clouds again, because the sun is creating a little bit too many specular highlights in the water and in the wet rocks, and it really creates difficulties and really destroys the mood of the image. So I'm gonna wait for it. It seems like it's gonna be covered up by some rain clouds here soon again. What I'm using is the 16 to 35 millimeter, using it at 16 millimeters right now, just so that I can get a lot of the foreground in the image and well, really create some lines with everything just flowing. And I think it works pretty good. I'm also using a polarizing filter just to cut off some of the glare in the image, as well as darkening down the scene a little bit so I can get a bit longer exposure. Everything above well, 4 or 5 seconds is well, okay. I think just as when I was here last time, around 6 seconds is quite good. More than that, then some of the, well, details of how the water is flowing starts to kind of fade away. So it needs to be a mix between having the detail in the water so that, well, you can use the water as a leading line, as well as smoothing it out enough so that it isn't a distraction. It really needs to add to the image, not detract from it. So I think around 6 seconds really works well here. So I'm just gonna wait for the sun to disappear, then I think I'm done with this scene and this location, and I can move on to, well, the next one. I'm now finally done with that picture. I think I was here for, well, almost 3 hours. So I'm not. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna drive to another location, see how it looks there, see how the sky kind of looks, and look at the weather. If there's any chance for good sunset, then I might as well stick around for that as well. The thing is, when I looked at the weather forecast before I went out, it said that there were 0 possibilities for a good sunset. Now, I'm not so sure that's true. But I need to find a good place to photograph a sunset as well. As I'm driving by this lake here, I'm thinking that perhaps somewhere along the shoreline here, I could just go down to the water and hope to get some reflection between the water and well, the clouds of the sunset. I found some nice, interesting things here in the water, and might perhaps have gotten some of the color back there. And now the rain is starting to come again, so yeah, I don't think this sunset is going to be too interesting in the end anyway. The rain cloud is right over us right now. It's not too bad. You can manage it. You know what? The clouds are moving really fast here, and it seems like the rain clouds are drifting by and actually revealing some color in the sky up here. And hopefully there was some clouds up in the sky here on the composition that I'm kind of using now, and hopefully when the rain clouds have passed by, It's gonna reveal those clouds again with some lovely color and with the foreground. It's not a portfolio image, but it's kind of nice. I found these, well, a lot of like dead branches and stuff in the water here, and well, they're kind of all laying in the same direction out towards the lake here, and so they're forming kind of like a leading line, which is interesting. It's kind of different, if nothing else. So yeah, now it's starting to rain a bit more. Arrgh. Such a up and down day. The color is starting to vanish, and I'm currently running a 6-minute long exposure just to smooth out the water completely, and there are some clouds drifting by here. Let's say that there are foreground clouds. They're drifting by in front of the clouds in the back, which had the color, so those might streak by and it might create some interest as well. But I won't have too many possibilities here really, because when that color that is in the clouds right now is gone, there won't really be too much interest left anywhere here. It's not really the best location, and we're facing kind of the wrong way, but this image that I'm capturing now might be pretty good actually, so hoping for that. The 6-minute exposure is done and it looked pretty good actually. But I'm gonna have to see in post actually, because it has a color cast from the ND filter, so I have to kind of neutralize it with the other pictures and see how they look together. The color is completely gone, and there isn't really too much else to wait for. Nothing is really going to happen anywhere. As far as I can see, it's really, really dark clouds where the sun was setting. So I guess I kind of, in an accidental way, managed to be in a good position anyway. Which is a little weird, but that picture could actually turn out pretty good with the leading lines down beneath the water. Well, I'm not really sure how much the reflection is gonna, or I'm not really sure how much of the reflection I'm gonna be able to cut through in post with the polarizer, seeing as I use such a wide angle lens. The polarizer was creating just a circle in the bottom, and it just didn't look any good. So I opted out from using the polarizer and instead went for the 10 stopper to smooth everything out, and I got some movement in the cloud along with the loss of the color in the cloud. So I think that long exposure really turned out pretty good actually. And well, yeah, that's about it. I'm quite glad that this turned out alright, because I didn't really got to do everything that I wanted to do earlier. I wanted to visit a lot of streams and photograph lots of, well, small waterfalls and little creeks and things like that, but it didn't turn out that way. I used too much time at the first place, so I didn't have time to go anywhere else, and then the sky started to look interesting, and then I went there, and now I'm here and I got that. You know exactly what happened because you just saw it. Anyway, that was really kind of an interesting day, I think, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm done for today, and well, I hope to see you all next week. So until then, have a good one and goodbye.